Carl and Damon here from Games, Brains and Head-Banging Life. gbhblofficial for short, and it's a Let's Talk. We're talking about some of the games that we always come back to. Games that we looked at, and I basically said to you, think of some games that no matter what, you always come back to. And we did this based on the fact that with achievements these days, and you complete something, you often unlikely to ever go back and play that game again now. And it got me thinking about, well, what games do I always go back to? What games after a year or two, I'm like, you know what, I want to play that again, and I'm going to play it regardless. If it's an old game, a new game, a modern game, or whatever. And see what we came up with. I figured there wouldn't be many, but I have come up with some. I'm intrigued to sort of see what you kind of like have as well.
Yeah.
And I've kind of gone through history with mine. I'm starting like early, and then I'm going to the later games on that. So I'm just going to throw them out, and then kind of maybe discuss and break down as to why we keep going back to them.
Yeah, I mean, mine was a little bit different, you know. So I went obviously early too, but I didn't go back as early as like the SNES and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I missed out that, but I've gone based on consoles and certain games from consoles that I've gone for.
Okay, so I haven't split mine into consoles per se, but we can kind of do it that way anyway. So I'll start with the early ones because I'm just going to throw these both out at the exact same point because they're two in the series.
Yep.
Two games I always come back to, and I played them pretty much on every console they've ever been released on. It's Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Both of them, not 3 onwards though, but 1 and 2, I always, every couple of years, I'll be like, right, cool, I'm going to play through this again. Ain't a long game, so it's easy enough to pick up and play, but definitely Sonic 1 and 2 are probably up there as my. I reckon if I had to look and go, what games have I played the most over my life, they'd be up there. Sonic 1 and 2.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. So I mean, me personally, I haven't put that down, but it might have been a mind blank. But yeah, it's definitely one of those games.
I think it'd be similar to you, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like obviously like Mario Super 3 and stuff, you know. But I mean, my earliest, one of my earliest ones I've gone for is the Game Boy Color.
Right.
So I've gone for the Pokemon Yellow, Red and Blue games.
Oh, you really go back to that?
Oh
often?
yeah, I play on it. I've got an SP, so I play on my SP, and every couple of months I'm always doing a little bit. Yeah, it's simple, you know. When I'm at work, I can't play my Xbox at work, so I'll be parked up. I'll play my handheld computer.
I'm surprised because they're such big games.
Yeah, that's always there. It's a game I always play.
Any particular one out of the 3?
Probably Yellow. It's
Yellow.
It's one of my famous ones. You know, Pikachu on the front case.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Interesting. You kind of just dropped this one in randomly there, but I thought, I was like, well, which Mario game do I go back and play more than any other? And I was like, my head, because I love it, goes Mario 64. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. It's too big. And then I was like, okay. And I came back to the one that I just recently, only a couple of months ago, replayed all the way through as well, Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah. Arguably one of the best, if not in my top 3 Mario games. Yeah, probably, I think it'd be Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah. I did think about having Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario World, but I thought, no, 3 is the one I've even just gone back to again recently.
Yeah,
so, it's an amazing game.
Yeah, definitely like that. Probably again one of my earliest ones is it's the Dreamcast, but it's Shenmue. Yeah. You know, it's a game that I will always go back and play.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I played this game before achievements, completed 1 and 2 before achievements, completed with achievements now. But it's a game which I can go back every 6 months and
when you get that hankering one day, you'll get that feeling to go back and play it. You know, that's what it is. That's what we're talking about here. It's where you get that feeling. You're like, you know, I want to play that again.
Yeah, you know? And obviously I own all these old consoles. I've got a Dreamcast. I've got Shenmue 1 and 2 in the beautiful brand new looked after cases, you know, of course. And obviously I have also got it bought on the Xbox too, but I always enjoy more playing on the Dreamcast because it's more of a nostalgia, you know, from the game, because obviously the Dreamcast obviously was way before its time.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I'm lumbered 2 together again because they're from the same franchise, but Broken Sword 1 and Broken Sword 2, The Smoke and Mirror. These are the 2 Broken Sword games that I always go back to. Obviously, I have a lot of love for classic point-and-click games, 2D point-and-click games. And, I have these 2 games on my mobile phone specifically, the remastered versions, for this exact reason. That's why I go back and play them. Because they're not available on modern consoles, so I'd have to find reload up a PlayStation. I'm not planning to do that, or PC. So, and I don't really want to play with a mouse either. So I have them on my phone for that exact reason. But every so often, I'll get a real hankering. I had it the other day. So, I think I might restart them. So do you know what I mean, it's there. It's growing again. So it's coming.
Yeah,
Broken Sword 1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it's coming. Yeah. I'm going to obviously towards the PS1 now. So for me, I've gone for a few. So I've gone for obviously Populous at the beginning.
Yep.
It's a game which said no matter how bad it is, we've discussed it before about the graphics and
But
all
it
that.
is your love, yeah.
Yeah, it's a game which and it's not even the PC version. I played the PC version, but it's a game which I will go back constantly and play.
Yeah, you love it. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
I'll complete it in about 2 hours. Love it as a game, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, I put down 3, but it's the Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. It's the games which I own on PS1.
All 3 of them, you reckon?
7 and 8. Sorry, 7 and 9. Sorry, I love 8, but probably 7 and 8 are the main ones. But out of the 3, it'd be 9, the one I have the most love for. But I've obviously I own them on the PS1. I played them again on the Xbox with achievements. You know, obviously extremely difficult with achievements. But it's a game which I know that every couple of months when I go back, I enjoy the story. You know, I even enjoy watching people play the game.
It, yeah. I think that's an important aspect as well. If you can sit down and watch a Let's Play as well.
Yeah, I love the story.
Yeah. Is that all yours from the PlayStation 1?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I actually did lump all these together, so I'm going to do my PlayStation 1 games there as well. Unsurprisingly, point and click related as well. Discworld 2, Missing Presumed. It's what got me to Discworld. It's simple as that. It's my favourite point and click. I always go back to it.
Yeah.
Played it literally only quite recently again. Absolutely love it. Resident Evil 1. Always. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Every year I reckon that comes back out. And Resident Evil 2 as well. Both of them are regularly replayed for me. Absolutely. Always get a hankering for them. Even with the remakes.
Yep.
I'm still got a lot of love for that classic music, that classic imagery.
Start all, man.
Absolutely. And tying into that, the original Silent Hill. Go back to that. It was about 6 months ago that I fully completed it again, getting all the different endings as well like that. So yeah, those. Yeah.
I've gone on to the PS2 now.
Okay.
And I've gone for I could have chosen a number of ones, but I've gone for one which I actually love. I love the game, and I constantly go back to it. It's The Sims.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
right.
I could have chosen this on the GameCube too, but I've gone for the PS2 because I played it the most in the PS2, and it's one I always go back to. I love the original Sims. The newer ones are a bit stupid, a bit more harder, but I love the original one.
Yeah, because a lot of versions out there now.
Yeah,
there's
too
ones on
many
Xbox and
versions.
stuff like that. Loads of DLCs and things.
Yep.
Do you have anything for Nintendo 64?
I've got one, but again I was torn.
Okay, well I've got 2 for the Nintendo 64, so I'm going to throw them both out. Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie is one that every couple of years I get a real hankering to play, just to get back into that world, enjoy the colour, music, sound, imagery and all of that. Don't even necessarily have to do it on 64 now, just do it as rare replay. Simple as that. And I was really torn in this one, because I almost want to put Majora's Mask in there, but the truth of the matter is I don't, because Majora's Mask requires so much thought to play. But Ocarina of Time is different. In fact, I'm currently playing it right now on my Switch. Currently am, again, so Ocarina of Time's my other one. Yeah,
see, I've gone for my one as Banjo too.
Yeah.
But so I've got Zelda on the N64 in the box, and I looked at it and thought, is that a game which I mean, I can do it, I know I can. And there was a few, there's Body Harvest too, I'd love to go back and play
that. But it's
that
that hankering, that
exactly,
desire.
Yeah, but I mean, Banjo, the music, the love, I mean, we covered it on our previous achievement ones too, you know. And I played it on the Rare Replay, I played it with the 200 game score on the Xbox, whatever it was, I don't know what it was like. You can buy the Rare Replay quite.
Yeah.
Yes, I played all those versions too. But it's one of those games which I always get a feeling to go back to.
Just the first one though. Don't have it for Banjo-Tooie.
No.
Don't have it for Banjo-Tooie at all. Okay, this one's separate because it technically appeared across a lot of consoles and is currently available in a remastered one. But it's Shadow Man. Other than I haven't played it on every different console over and over again over the years. Weirdly, before the remastering came out, about 6 months before the remastering came out, I went and played it on the PC. Completed it all the way through the PC, recorded a lot of footage, and because it was up-to-date graphics and all that. And then they went and released a remaster. And I was like, okay, that's just another excuse to play it again. And basically, although I've done it a lot recently, I know in a couple of years' time, I'll be like, right, I want to play Shadow Man again. A game I always find myself going back to. I probably played that game through. We had a different video where we talked about games we played the most. And Shadow Man is up there for me, so that's why.
I'll give it, definitely.
I've got 2 more from the modern era.
I've gone to the GameCube. The GameCube was quite difficult for me actually.
I didn't have any.
I mean, I put down Harvest Moon and Dustin the Giant, and the reason why I put down because I remember recently.
So you regularly go back to Harvest Moon?
I haven't played it for about 6 months. But it was a game since they've obviously started releasing on the Xbox, I probably won't touch it again now.
Yeah, because you've got Story of Seasons and Wonderful Life, yeah.
But there was one game which I actually recently went back and watched Let's Play. It was Dodging the Giant. Now, it's a game which I haven't played for a while, but I had that feeling that I really wanted to play it. I wanted to buy it because it's like £8 on eBay, ridiculous price, and it's the Japanese version. Now, you can't get the original one for some reason. But so I thought, I'll watch it Let's Play. So yeah, I went for the GameCube. Yeah. So.
Okay, I don't think there was anything in the GameCube really, like even something like Luigi's Mansion. As much as I love it, the later Luigi's Mansion games are so superior that I enjoyed them more. Sunshine, nope. Wind Waker, nope. There was nothing really.
I've got two more on two different consoles.
Oh, we'll do one each, and we'll back and forth this.
So I've gone for Mass Effect. So it's a game which I have played on 360 on the Xbox, onto the remastered ones, and obviously I've even downloaded the 360 version onto my XS. It's a game which I know that even though I've got all the achievements for, I could still go back and enjoy it and play.
You think you will again?
Oh yeah, I 100%. Well, after a while, I'll get that urge. I've read all the books too. After I get that urge, I will go back and play again. Yeah.
Okay. You do. I asked the questions because some of yours are just games that are giant, and I find that sometimes the biggest problem is that I'm unlikely to go back and play. Yeah. I don't have the hankering with games that are going to take me 60+ hours. But my next one is fairly big, I suppose. It's Dead Rising. Every so often I get a super hankering to play Dead Rising, the first one and the first one only.
Yep.
That will more than anything else. Just the zombie environment, the freedom, what you can do in that, the fun, all of that. You can play. I could have a quick run through in that game because that's the thing. It's more like run throughs rather than like complete stories in an hour or two, and then be completely satisfied for a while again.
Yeah,
that's it. Dead Rising. Yeah. It's your last one.
My last one, and I chose my best one out of the lot. And it's surprising it's not popular, but my best one is under PC. It's Realm Total War. I got another from this game from someone I used to know.
Yeah.
It's way back from my childhood. We're talking about when I was 13, 14 is when I thought I loved this game, and I was obsessed with this game. I played it religiously. I played Realm Total War 2. Never enjoyed it. Didn't get the same
Just
feeling.
this one.
Yeah. I played the remastered version. Loved the remastered version. It's absolutely beautiful. I played it about probably like 2 days ago. It's a game which I can constantly play.
Oh, you just reminded me. I'm going to throw an additional one out before I do my last. I just want to throw out Command and Conquer. Command and Conquer is a game I regularly go back to, and then of course I played the remastered versions of the games and absolutely thoroughly enjoyed them. And every so often, even now the other day I was thinking, I need to go back and continue to do the special ops and stuff like that. So I think Command & Conquer is another game I regularly go, I've got a hankering for that. I have had a recent hankering because I really want to go back and play the Nintendo 64 version because it's in 3D, just to record the footage of it. But of course, that's not that easy to get,
I was tempted to say Command & Conquer, but I don't have much. I played the remastered version, but I don't have the passion to go play the PS1 again.
Right, okay, yeah, so it's still there for me, yeah? Last but not least, it's Dark Souls. It's Dark Souls. I keep going back to this. In fact, I currently am playing it again. I'm literally currently midway through a playthrough again. It's Dark Souls.
Isn't that the game where you play like the Four Horsemen?
No, that's Darksiders.
Oh,
that's a completely different game.
Darksiders.
No. Dark Souls. It's the really game that everyone says is really hard. It's really hard, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah, Dark Souls. It's a little difficult, this one, because you kind of trying to convince yourself that you go back to play games. You have to really be honest with yourself. You've got to kind of go in and go, no, this is the truth. This is what I'm willing to do. Would I likely do this? And that's why it's not that long of a list. There probably are a couple more that I would be able to throw out, but then it's like, is it the truth? Am I really going? Like, I want to say Viva Pinata, but I'm like, no. You haven't even played Viva Pinata in 5 or 6 years, if not longer.
I think for me, it helps me a bit more is the fact that I still have all the consoles.
Yeah. So you're more likely to get a disc and put it in.
I can literally just turn the power because I've got connected to my old style TV.
Yeah.
So obviously you can't play these consoles with downloading them and other
emulators and stuff like that and things like that. I thoroughly support emulation, particularly when these companies make it impossible to play games and bullshit like that. What's some of yours? What's the games that you go back to play regularly, regardless of limitations / achievements or trophies and things like that? I think that's the most important thing, because as much as we can appreciate and love achievements these days, I think obviously that's kind of set us almost like a goal where it's done, I'm never going to go back and play that and so on. So it is interesting to kind of get that vibe. Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?